And then the only other story we had that was, adjacent to sports. What is sports? Roger Goodell, thank God. Who would have thought we would be in this spot where even the most adamant Roger Goodell haters have to say thank you, Roger Goodell, for holding the draft in spite of a global pandemic. Hank, you went to jail fighting against Roger Goodell, and even you have to say thank you for giving us something in this next month.
Yes, but the way that he acts like he's above reproach and says that if anyone comments on it or like comes at him, they're going to face harsh fines or penalties. How can you appreciate that?
Because he's a wartime commissioner, dude.
Yes.
We're at war against an invisible enemy, and you need to have a unified front. So you can't – there's no time for dissent amongst the ranks in the NFL. Like, Jerry Jones is already going insane right now. They're negotiating a long-term deal with Dak right after they franchise tagged him. These owners are going nuts. They need a strong leader to keep them on the path to the draft, and we need to have some sense of normalcy. So give me the draft.
Yes,
I agree. I'm pro the draft.
That's exactly what he should be doing, because guess what? Then little piss ants like you start being like, "Hey, Roger, we shouldn't be doing this little draft thing during a pandemic. We got to swat you away and be like, hey, you know what the people need? They need something that's not crippling anxiety about coronavirus."
Right.
How is that going to look, by the way? Like, how is that going to work?
It's going to look great. It's going to look wonderful on television. It's going to look like there's sports. It's going to look really cool. And as the son of a United States Senator, if there's something that he hates, it's draft dodgers like you, Hank. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So straighten up, fly right, respect the shield. Please. Thank you.
Fall in line, Hank.
All right. I did you guys see the video of that old guy talking about Warren Sharp tweeted it?
Yes.
The Super Bowl groundskeeper.
Football guy of the century.
And he was talking about how, like, the NFL shield, he basically, like, risked going to jail for the shield. So in that regard,
the opposite of you.
That inspired me to respect the shield a little bit.
And he said when he dies, he wants the NFL shield on his heart.
Yeah. I mean, so after that, it's hard for me not to have a little bit more respect for the shield. Not because of Goodell, but because of that guy.
Thank you.
Hank, do you really not want the draft to happen on schedule?
No, I'm pro the draft. I want the draft. Like, everything about that is good. I'm all for it. It's just the way that Goodell then had to be like, and if you have anything negative to say about it, like, don't bother.
That was the best part of it when Goodell is like, if you're going to have anything, if you're gonna say anything in the press that goes against what I want, I'm gonna find the shit out of you.
Yeah,
that's vintage Goodell.
That's great. That's
up.
Great, Hank. Anything that's close to what normal life looks like Roger Goodell saying, "You better not say one bad thing about me." That I'm all for all of that.
We need an enemy. And
we just need normal life to return.
Yes.
Roger Goodell being a dictator is normal life.
That's true.
I need Goodell to, like, deliver pizzas to every single general manager in the NFL for draft night, and they're not allowed to take a slice until he has a bite of his.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I want. I want Führer Goodell back and in charge of everything. And by the way, I think every general manager in the league is freaking out right now because, if we're being honest, it's a terrible idea from a talent evaluation side of things to, like, have this draft when you can't go see him. It's impacting, like, pro days and shit. What's going to happen is it's going to give the teams that have their shit together such a huge leg up on every other team that might not have, like, invested in their scouts, all that stuff.
So you're telling me, PFT, that teams might screw up the draft?
I'm telling you that there's going to be
true.
More screw-ups in the draft this year than usual.
I mean, no team knows what they're doing. There's no team has, like, great drafts year in and year out.
John Elway's going to try to draft Jake Fromm twice.
It doesn't happen. It's going to be. It's actually, if anything, it's actually good because they now have an excuse for why they screwed up their draft, which they were going to screw up anyway.
So it is actually going to be very funny to watch all these football guys.
2021's the year of excuses.
Like a Zoom meeting from across the country live during the draft. Like, if you thought that the Minnesota Vikings couldn't turn in their draft cards on time before it was all done via gotomeeting.com or whatever, imagine Mike Zimmer trying to figure that out.
Yeah. No, this is going to be the greatest excuse ever because guess what? They always screw it up anyway. I mean, everyone screws up the draft all the time. People, I mean, do you see that stat it's a little different because Cam Newton obviously he might be a starter, but it was 7 quarterbacks taken in the first 5 picks from 2010 to 2015 and none have a starting job right now.
Yeah.
But the pandemic will probably screw up their evaluation.
Yeah, that's the pandemic is going to be a very convenient. They're gonna try to be re-signing Drew Brees for the next 15 years.
This might be a time for my boy Sam Bradford to get back in the mix.
What is he? Is he on a team right now?
No, no.
But he was the best quarterback in the NFL 2 years ago.
Completion percentage wise, it was 3 years ago, I think. But
Yeah.
yes.